for having me. My name is Kristian Lopez, and I'm the designer and founder of the women's ready-to-wear line, Christian Lauren. At the age of 11 or 12, I wanted to become a fashion designer. My mom bought me this book. It was about fashion designers, and she knew I was obsessed with clothes and just dressing up and things like that. But it wasn't until that moment when she brought me that book, I realized it's a career option, and it blew my mind. I was like, you can have a job making clothes and making women feel beautiful and make just beautiful garments. Sign me up. I am like all for it. Yes, I got discouraged, and I even like stopped designing for a while. It's really difficult just navigating in a really competitive industry. So I basically had to remind myself why I wanted to be a designer. You have to know your why and why you're pursuing what you're pursuing. And when you reflect back on that, that gives you the energy, the strength to continue to move forward. In addition to that, if I give up, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to be able to accomplish it. An interview that I was listening to that 2 Chainz was giving. I love 2 Chainz. I'm a big 2 Chainz fan. And he was, he said basically, he just kept putting out material like music, and eventually if you keep putting out content, it's going to get into the right person's hands that need to put you on. So that resonated me when I heard that, and I was like, perfect, you got to be consistent. You got to keep putting out your designs, and then eventually it will fall into the hands of the person that will take you to the next level, or introduce you to someone that you can add to your team, or get you in that magazine, or get your clothes dressed by that famous stylist that could help launch your career. So from that moment on, I just was like, Chris, you got to be consistent, and you have, you know, such a powerful reason why you want to become a designer and be your own boss. So continue to do it, and that's what kept me going on and pursuing my dream. Just transitioning from, like you said, teenage to adulthood. No one really tells you how difficult it is when you're an adult, because your parents really do a lot of things for you, and just navigating that space and figuring it out, from paying your bills. And I moved straight from Philadelphia to New York, so just navigating New York on its own is super expensive. Everything's fast paced, and you really need a community. Thank God I had my family. My mom and my sister lived in New York, and I had my family and just friends here. We all just helped each other. Whether it was someone would buy us dinner, or I would crash at my friend's house because I had a early job. I had to be at work super early, so they lived in Manhattan. I would crash at their house to go to work. It was just really a community helping all of us like survive, basically literally survive becoming a young adult. I love making people feel good. My friends tell me I'm a good hype man because I always want to encourage and root people on. So I kind of channel that in my designs, because I want to make women feel beautiful. Because I believe if you feel good, you do good. If you do good, you got to look good. So I'm all about that. So that's my favorite things about being a designer and working in fashion. Know what your niche is, or your niche is. Because whatever competitive industry you're going to get in is going to be oversaturated with a lot of talented people. But you have to find something that will distinctly make you stand out. And once you do that, once you find out what that is, run with it. I learned that from early on, that if you want something, you got to get up and get out and get it. I would say my sisters are inspiring. They're all strong women, and they're wonderful mothers. And my family, they're everything to me. They surround me with love and encouragement, and I just want to make them proud, you know?